yet?
Yeah, there's a lot of things that you make me think about that I actually don't think about. So it's actually way more relaxing to just go into it, trust the people around you, and go from there. You know, work hard on and off track, try to address things that you don't like in a car or whatever, and always try to do the best on track yourself. You know, try to minimize mistakes and keep scoring points.
And is this going to be your hardest one yet, do you think?
I don't know. I don't think about it.
Really?
Yeah, I don't. There's no reason to think about that yet.
All right, thank you, Max. Yep, next one.
Nelson Valkenburg, Viaplay Netherlands, for Oscar. Congratulations on your new contract. You probably haven't binged Drive to Survive yet, but we heard Zach Brown saying this is the start of the age of Lando Norris. Did you make him swallow his words a bit when you signed that contract, or is that the goal for this weekend?
I mean, I haven't watched, to be honest. I feel like I have a pretty good idea of what happens, so I don't need to watch it again on TV. No, I mean, you know, obviously there's a lot of things in Drive to Survive that, you know, you never quite know whether it's how it's been cut up. But no, I think for myself, you know, I'm very confident in what I can do myself, and you know, I think we're going to the season starting from zero for both of us, and you know, we're both obviously going to be trying to fight for a world championship, hopefully. So yeah, I'm pretty confident in what I can do, and aware that there's things that I need to do better from last season. But I'm confident that we've done a lot of hard work to try and improve that, and go out and have a good year.
Thank you, Oscar.
Craig Slater, Sky Sports, another one from Max again. I think you spoke to the Dutch media and said you didn't think you could contend for victory here. Is that circuit specific and where your car's at, or are you particularly concerned about the pace you saw from McLaren?
Exactly that. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you answered it for yourself. Yeah.
Okay, next one, please. Yep, Mara.
Mara San Giorgio, Sky Sport Italy. A question to Oscar. Oscar, do you have the feeling that you can open as a team a Red Bull style cycle of recent years?
No, I don't think so. You know, obviously that would be ideal to try and have that level of success and competitiveness, and I think you know, that's what every team dreams of and what every driver dreams of. But I think at this point of the regulations, I think with how last season went, you know, expecting that is incredibly naive, and I think this season is going to be just as tight, if not even tighter, than the second half of last year, especially. So, yeah, of course, that's what we want to aim for, but you know, we have a new set of rules coming next year that's probably going to change the pecking order quite a bit, or at least the gaps quite a bit. So I don't think it's the same circumstances, but also I think this year is going to be an incredibly competitive year of F1, and as much as I would like to try and have that level of success, I think it's going to be very, very tough.
Thanks, Oscar. Next one, please. Yep, Nelson.
Question for Jack. How important was it for you to get that Abu Dhabi race under your belt? And since you're part of a big crop of rookie drivers this year, until when are you a rookie? Because there are some drivers who have done a couple of more races as well who are still being called a rookie. So where's the cutoff line there? But mainly, how important was Abu Dhabi for you?
Yeah, Abu Dhabi was important. To be honest, going into Abu Dhabi, you know, there was nerves, and to be honest, I was already, you know, thinking about here this weekend back then, and my sort of feelings have changed quite a lot since then. With so much time to digest that this weekend's going to happen, a lot of off period, and I've become very comfortable and relaxed with what's to come, and it's helped a lot. You know, the team also have been amazing. To aid with that, and to be honest, you know, Abu Dhabi was great just to go through the motions and learn how the weekend goes, actually being in the driver's seat and not from a third point of view. And to answer the rookie question, I don't really know. I guess you know, technically maybe I'm not a rookie after doing the end of last year race, as it's not officially my debut. But I'm sure after a few races, you can't be called a rookie. it's a difficult one. I think that depends on anyone's opinion.
So Liam is not a rookie, right?
I wouldn't say so typically, no. Well, he's raced in 2 different seasons now, right? In a few seasons. I wouldn't officially say that.
Oscar, when did you stop feeling like a rookie in Formula One?
When I signed my contract again yesterday. No, I think you're constantly learning. Even now, 2 years in, there's still things you always learn, improve. I'm sure if you ask Lewis and Fernando, it's still the same however many decades later. So I think after the first race or the first couple of races, especially, it's a pretty tough circumstance to have your second race be a home race. But I think once you get some of those big milestones out of the way, you start to feel a bit more comfortable and have a good few results on the board. That always helps the nerves as well.
All right, thank you. Let's go to the next one. Yep.
Aldona Marciniak, 11 Sports. That's for Oscar. Oscar, obviously everyone sees McLaren as a favorite at the start of the season. If that's the case, what are the rules of engagement? Have you already talked about how you will handle things internally between yourself and Lando?
Yeah, I mean, we're starting from a clean slate, and ultimately whoever's going to be faster out on track is going to be who wins and who finishes higher if it's not winning. So we're very much clear on how we're going into the season, and that's racing each other and trying to hopefully fight for wins. So it's all very clear. We've discussed a lot of it from last season and how we managed the back end of last year, and I think this year starting from zero again, we're both going to be trying our best to win.
Thanks, Os. Next one.
Hello, Margot Lafitte for Canal+. Question from Max. 10 years ago, you were starting your first race for Toro Rosso. This year, it's Isaac Adjar who's playing the same part. What's your feeling about this new French guy, and more about maybe the young Red Bull talents coming in Formula One?
Yeah, it's a long time ago now. It's great to see. I mean, in general, it's nice that there are so many. Yeah, I'm allowed to say rookies, right? Because, I mean, it's up for debate, I guess, whoever is a rookie. But anyway, it's just young drivers getting into Formula One. And, of course, are hopefully here to stay for a long time. So, yeah, the excitement, also the unknown at the same time. It's good. It's fun to see from my side as well. And, from the Red Bull pool as well, to see these young drivers come in and finally having these opportunities. It's great. And I'm excited to see how they will perform, throughout the year and in the coming years.
Thanks, mate. Yep.
David Croft, Sky Sports F1. Let's get down to the nub of it, Oscar. At McLaren, we have a 24 Grand Prix series where an Australian goes up against an Englishman for the battle at McLaren. Then in November, Australia against England's men's cricket teams play out the Ashes. In which of those series does the Australian have the better chance?
I'd like to think both of them. I mean, to get it in early, the Ashes is not even going to be a contest, Crofty.
Are you rebuilding again?
No. No, it's going to be I was going to say the same result as last time, but the trophy's staying in the same place. I think for the season, obviously, I'm confident in what I can do as a driver, and I think last year I think I proved to myself in a decent portion of the year that what I'm capable of, and really took confidence from especially the wins and some of the better races from last year. I think now just trying to do that every race weekend is kind of the goal. So I think with Lando, it's obvious that he's incredibly talented, and it's never going to be easy going up against him. But I'm confident in my own ability to try and prevail this year.
Good luck, but not in the cricket.
Thank you.
Welcome back, everybody, to the drivers' press conference here at Albert Park in Melbourne. We're joined now by Carlos Sainz, Lewis Hamilton and Kimi Antonelli. Very warm welcome to you guys. Hope you've had a good winter. Lewis, can I start with you? The switch to Ferrari has been Huge news all winter. Can I ask you about your first race vibes? How different is the experience here in Melbourne now compared to when you joined Mercedes in 2013, even when you joined McLaren back in 2007?
Well, good afternoon, everyone. It's good to see everybody. Yeah, naturally, I'm very, very fortunate. I've had this amazing career here in Formula One, and starting with McLaren here in 2007 was an epic feeling, and then starting with a new team again with Mercedes was again incredibly special. I think this is very reminiscent probably of my first year. I think for all those years I've gone up and down the paddock looking at and seeing the red garage, and now I'm actually in the red garage, so it's a really nice feeling.
Quick word on the car. Is it one that inspires confidence?
It is, yeah, so far I definitely feel so. The first few days we've only had obviously 3 days in the car, but it's difficult to know where we stand with everyone else, but we just try to keep our heads down and just focus on our job. It was, Carlos was incredibly quick. Kimi was really quick. It was difficult to know who's where. It looks like it's going to be close between us all. But for me, I've been just itching to get going, I guess. It's been a long time coming, and to think that this is going to be my first Grand Prix, one of those other firsts with the team, as I experienced that all through the year. It's pretty. I feel very honoured and very grateful to have the opportunity.
Brilliant. Good luck. It's busy in here. I'm sure you'll get more questions in a minute. Carlos, can we come to you now? Change of colours for you in 2025. You appear to have hit the ground running. Just give us a summary of how things have gone so far with Williams.
Yeah, it's definitely been a positive start. I think, as I've said many times now, I think that the positive start started in Abu Dhabi test already. As soon as I jumped into the car and I started working with the people that I was going to work with this year, I felt I had just joined a team full of motivation, full of people wanting to bring this team back to the front. And the car also didn't disappoint me. I think it was a good test overall in Abu Dhabi. And then we've had a strong winter in development. We've tried to hit the ground running this year, and we've had a positive test. Having said that, what you call positive, are we going to be half a second, 1 second off the leaders? I don't know. But hopefully we can show progress. I think that's the fundamental word that we want to do this year, keep showing progress as a team and see where we end up.
Talking of progress, it took Williams 8 races to score points last year. Will it take as long this year?
I hope not, but at the same time, in this sport, you never know. I'm definitely going to do my best to score them as soon as possible, but I don't know when's that going to be. And I don't think that statistic is the most important. As I said, I think progress is being more competitive, getting the things that last year we were not getting right, get them right. So far, testing and reliability, weight of the car, just simple things that maybe last year Williams in the past were not getting spot on. This year so far it's been the case, and that's exactly what I mean with progress. And yeah, happy faces, happy people. I see, as I said, full of motivation, and that's what I care about the most, because that's what's going to give the medium to long-term success.
Thanks, Carlos. Enjoy the weekend. Good luck. Kimi, coming to you. Your first Grand Prix weekend. You must have dreamt about this moment many times. How do you feel now that it's a reality?
Well, first of all, hello everyone. Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, obviously, it's a dream coming true. I've been waiting for this moment for my whole life, but the winter felt pretty long. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, super happy to be here. I mean, I think it's a special place to do the first Grand Prix, and I'm really looking forward to see once we hit the ground how we can do.
Well, what goals have you set yourself for the weekend?
Well, it's hard to say. I mean, the thing is, I don't really know what to expect because it's my first Grand Prix. So I don't want to set, anything too high. I just want to do a clean weekend with a nice rhythm in order to be able to build up from that point.
And does it help that you raced here in Formula 2?
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's definitely because I know the track, so I don't have to learn it. And of course, I mean, I know, you understand the track and where you can overtake, where you can defend the best. So definitely F2 was a good help last year.
All right, enjoy it. Thank you very much for that. Let's open this to the floor now. We will start with the broadcasters and David Croft.
Yeah, David Croft, Sky Sports F1. Kimi, Lewis, Carlos, great to see you back again. Lewis, you're smiling and you're in red and it just kind of looks good and it feels good, I'm sure. But every Ferrari driver feels the expectation and the pressure. How are you turning that pressure into pleasure? Because you look like you're loving every second.
Yeah, I mean, at first I was smiling because just looking at this youngster here, and I'm just happy for him. He's doing so well and conducting himself so well. And taking that first leap and getting that first opportunity to be in Formula 1, it's so special. And I know how many years of dedication it would have taken for him to, obviously starting early, 4 years earlier than I was. You're 18 now, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, geez. So it's it's just exciting to see. So that's what I was initially smiling at. And then the other part is I've not approached this role with I think just always through the years the pressure that I put on myself has always been 10 times higher than any other pressure that can be put upon me. And I think I've not joined this team and been made to feel any pressure. I have an expectation from myself. I know what I can bring. I know I can deliver. I know what it's going to take to do that, and it's just getting your head down and working away. So I come with a very open mind coming into this weekend. I don't have, it is about getting into a season. It's about getting into a good rhythm. I still, as I said a while ago, still learning this new car that's quite a lot different to what I've driven for the last for all of my previous career, in a sense of the Mercedes power coming into Ferrari power. It's something quite new, different vibration, different feel, different way of working. The whole team works completely differently. I was just looking at like the race trace from last year, and it's upside down compared to the previous one. So I'm like looking at it from what I've. The same for you.
I don't understand.
No, I don't understand it at all. I'm like, so looking at things that you're looking at things all in from a different perspective, and which makes it exciting and challenging. So this is the most exciting period of my life, and so I'm really just enjoying it, and I'm so excited to get in the car tomorrow.
Thank you, Lewis. Nelson.
Nelson Valkenburg, Viaplay Netherlands. For all three of you, given that you're in new circumstances and you're ahead of a monumental season for all three of you, what would mean a good season, a mission accomplished for all three of you in different circumstances?
Carlos, let's start with you.
Yeah, I think I summarized it before. No, I think keep showing progress and keep building momentum as a team. Personally, adapting fast to the team would be success, because a new year in a new team, it always takes time to adapt to the car, to adapt to the team, and making that adaptation process as short as possible is for sure one of the biggest challenges, and something that if I do well and fast, I would feel proud of. But in terms of results, I always prefer to let 2 or 3 races go by, analyze where the car is, what am I going to be fighting for, and once I see if I'm going to be fighting for Q2s or Q3s, points, no points, then I put together more or less what a good season would be, and I would start targeting those results. But before knowing where the car is going to be, it's almost impossible to set targets in terms of how number of points, position in the championship, and all that.
Look.
I completely forgot what the question was.
What are your objectives for this season?
Yeah, I think, Carlos was answering it pretty well, so I was kind of following him, thinking this, taking all the words out of my mouth, really. I think, as he was saying, joining a new team, the sooner you can get to performing at the high level and getting results is the better, but inevitably there is a transition period and there is a foundation that's needed to be built, and I'm sure both of us that's what we've been doing over the past couple of months. And the first half of the season really is it is that foundation building, those relationships, the trust you're building with absolutely every single person within the team that you get to work in, and it's not something you just step into in the door and trust and respect is. Whilst respect is given, trust is something that's built over time. I think for me, of course, I mean the goal is to win, and the goal is to take the team forwards. It's to I've had some not so spectacular years, and trying to see if I can have a better year than I have the last three. And there'll be lots of factors which can add to that.
Well, for me, I will have so much to learn during the season. Obviously, there's so many new scenarios I need to experience. But of course, I think will be a good season. Trying to maximize every result, especially in that moment, maximizing the best result. And then, of course, keep learning. I mean, every weekend, keep learning, keep developing. And but yeah, the mindset is always the same. I mean, as a natural racing driver, you go on track and try to be the fastest and win. But at the same time, I'm pretty realistic about the situation, and the level is extremely high. But that's what's amazing about this sport and about racing in Formula One. So definitely, I'm looking forward to see how I get on during the season. But definitely maximizing the result every time will be a good goal.
Thanks all. All right, next one.
Tom Slafer, DAZN Spain. Question for Carlos. Carlos, this is a very different Australian Grand Prix for you compared to last year for different circumstances. You were mentioning that it's pretty difficult to say what the result will be for the weekend, but with what outcome would you be happy for this first weekend as a Williams driver?
Again, it's very difficult to answer this question. I think even after FP2, I would be able to tell you more in detail what I would be happy with, because that's where you start to understand whether you are 5th team, 8th team, or 10th team, or 7th, and then you set yourself expectations for quali and for the race. But without knowing, it's like I don't know, maybe top 10. It could be a good result, but you might not be even close to the top 10, or top 10 might not be optimistic enough. So you need to readapt the expectations. So I don't know, maybe after FP2, give me a session to see where everyone is, and I tell you what I would be happy with. But yeah, the win of last year I don't think is very likely.
Thank you, Carlos.
All right, Mara, San Giorgio, Sky Sport Italy. More or less the same question to Luis. After a lot of attention and expectation that have been created in these days around you and the team, after this weekend, you will be happy if?
Same thing. You don't know.
Yeah, well, definitely hope to be in the top 10. But I think, I mean, I don't remember where I finished there last time. You guys won. I don't think it was that great.
You didn't win.
No, I didn't win. You won. I know you won. Yeah, what would I be happy with coming away this weekend? I don't know. As I said, I don't have expectations. I think I just ultimately want to come away knowing that I've given absolutely everything and I've excelled in the way that I know I can. That I felt comfortable in the car and just one foot in front of the other. So I don't know what that means in results, but of course, if we won't know till tomorrow where we're about to truly stand within the top teams, but I'm hoping that we're able to compete for top 5. So somewhere in that space.
All right, thank you. Next one.
Hello, Margot Lafitte for Canal+. Question for Kimi. Can you talk us through? I'm here. Sorry. Can you talk us through your feelings about having been Lewis's teammate, if we can say, last year, and having him as an opponent on track this year?
I mean, first of all, it feels pretty surreal to be able to race, with someone such as Lewis. I mean, I've been growing up, and also once I joined the Mercedes, being looking at him, and he has been incredible, successful. So it feels kind of weird that I'm gonna be sharing the track with him, but also with Carlos, with all the drivers at the end of the day, because when you're used to see them on TV and then finally you're able to share the track with them, is an incredible feeling. And last year, I've been doing some trackside end of season and starting to work with the team, and Lewis has always been nice to me, and also giving me some advices. And then also, I think you wrote a message, in the driver's room, so I'm gonna be able to see it pretty soon. But yeah, it's always been really nice to me, and I'm really, really grateful for that, because it shows that he's not only a great driver but also a great person.